All right. I really apologize for being late today. I'm normally not. Ferrying my son around has been really fun. Um, but welcome to our first Clynelish tasting. Really exciting. We've got most of you online and then a few of us here. So I'm really excited to get going. Brett actually presented a Clynelish tasting just last month. So this has been, Clynelish has been on the mind for a couple months now.
You can mostly buy samples from that tasting.
And Brett's got samples available of his set too, if you guys want to buy any. So, um, we are, this has been in the works for quite a few years. And a big thank you to Howard and Melissa from SDO for kind of upping the ante to this tasting per se by way of our Exec's Clynelish pick. Never in a million years would I have thought we would have had that opportunity. So a big thank you to you guys, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And I will give Howard and Melissa the floor once we get to the third pick, or sorry, the third bottling. But I think we put together a killer lineup. Again, this one took a few years. This wasn't a couple months worth of getting stuff. If you notice, a lot of these things are older. Are This Clynelish is a 96 that was bottled in 2005. So I haven't been holding it onto that long, but I picked this up probably 4 or 5 years ago or so. So so yeah, like I said, this one's been in the works for a really long time. So super excited. And since we're running late, let's go ahead, pour that first one, get into it. Um, And a hello to everyone. There's a lot of people who haven't been on tastings in a while. I'm sure I knew Clynelish was going to draw back some people, so glad to see you guys again. And I don't think anyone's brand new for the first time. So um, excited to get tasting with you guys. So Signatory Vintage Clynelish, 1996, distillate June 28th, 96, bottled November 17th of 2005. This is a Hogshead, so this is going to be bourbon. Coming in at 43%. So this is proof down for their Signatory line. I thought it was going to be a great starter. And I was actually really excited because this was initially going to be the starter, but this is 46%, the Clynelish 14. So I think it's a great lead up into that too. So, and then I think we have a really balanced, or we do have a completely balanced IB versus OB tonight. So we've got three from the IBs and three from the OBs, unless you got the add-ons, and then you get two additional IBs. So let's get into it.
Already sponsored.
Oh, yeah, I mean, so you're not in the,
Says Fernando Casarana's personal meeting room.
yeah. Where
Those says join, we'll let them know you're here. In the waiting room.
If I remembered my phone, I could have been social.
Mm.
Sit
just
down.
blurred out. It's okay.
No, but I could look at people.
Oh,
Shit.
it's okay. Where's the meeting room? Hit the notify.
This nose is really nice and bright.
Can we join?
I like this nose. I could sit here and just smell it all night.
I almost get like a toasted like caramel note on this on the nose. Really light.
You got some.
Oh, God.
Nice.
That's quite nice.
It's just nice and bright, pretty.
And hold on, I'm trying to just add Bino in real quick, and then I'll start giving you guys some facts on Clynelish.
Yep.
And if you haven't heard the Ewan Morgan Single Cast Nation podcast that dropped, I want to say about a month ago, that was awesome for information. I say it's a I would suggest it to listen to it if you're a big Clynelish fan. If you're not today, then if you are after this tasting, definitely worth a listen. That one got pretty nerdy.
I really like this one. This Signatory does have that butterscotch
Mm.
on the palate as well, but followed by lemon. It's really interesting, but loving it.
I think I was getting pineapple, so something a little bit sweeter than lemon,
Mm.
but it's really lovely.
Yeah, I like it. And also, even though it's 43, it packs more of a punch. It has that waxy Clynelish, but yeah, you said toasted caramel. I get like s'mores somewhere there.
I was gonna
Hey,
say
that's
it's
a good-
almost like a toasted bread note for me, but then Bino just made toasted bread, so maybe that's screwing me up. I don't know.
No, I can see that it on the very, very back palate. I can see the toasted bread because it's got that really nice, warm, nutty, yeasty type thing. I get that.
You can really tell it's 43% though. Like it tastes very, very thin. I mean, maybe I've just burned my palate out on
Hey,
high
what's
proof, but hey, Beto.
long time no see.
I will say this is not going to be the most viscous Clynelish of the night for sure.
Yeah.
But you expect that being at 43%. I think it does have a little bit of body though, being at 43% too. I think that was Eladio's point. Like it's usually like I could drink this for sure. Normally at 43%, I feel like I'm like, meh, I don't really care for it.
Yeah, that Clynelish wax.
Yeah.
Kind of lifts the body back up even at low proof.
For sure. Did everyone hear that?
So where do we know the wax comes
Yeah.
from?
So so the waxiness of Clynelish helping this one out for sure. That is the Klein, in my opinion, the Clynelish bread and butter. That's what everyone knows Clynelish. I think it's just kind of what people fall in love with too. You and Morgan actually confirmed finally last month on that podcast that classic Clynelish waxiness comes from really dirty line arms.
Seriously?
It's the sludge in the line arms that they once cleaned
And ruined
and
it,
it
right?
ruined the waxiness in Clynelish. So therefore, they keep the sludge in the line arms because it creates a really waxy spirit.
But do we know what the sludge is doing?
I don't. They
He
didn't
didn't say?
they didn't get into the nerdy part aspect of that, but they did get into a lot. So I'm good. I just
God, I may have to try one. I don't do well with podcasts. My mind wanders. I can have the most interesting people talking about the most interesting thing and staring at a computer screen. I'm good for 10 minutes, maybe.
So I listen to it if I go for walks or something, and so I just throw it on my Spotify. But that one was just really interesting to me because Brett had just put on his Clynelish tasting last month. We were obviously preparing for this, and so I just think there was a lot of awesome facts there. For those of you that don't know, Clynelish was founded in the early 1800s. I want to say 1819, if I remember correctly. Let's look. And anyone at any given time is always able to fact check me. So yes, they were founded 1819. However, the original Clynelish distillery actually became what we know as Barora, and the Clynelish that we are now drinking is actually a somewhat newer distillery as of late 1960s that became Clynelish.
Isn't that the Clynelish AB thing that they had?
1 and 2.
Yeah, so Clynelish is actually right across the street from where Barora used to stand. I think Barora got mothballed and demolished 1983, 84.
I don't think it's been demolished.
Wasn't demolished, just mothballed?
It's a real wreck. The roof has fallen in and somebody's stolen all of the copper.
Sorry, I apologize. Is
At least
mothballed?
that's the last news I had.
Yeah. And so Barora, I believe
Oh,
they
yeah.
put a few dollars back into, and they're trying to reopen, is my understanding. So that's obviously Diageo, big players in the market, and quite honestly, this is the most Diageo tastings we've ever done in a single year by a lot. And so I mean, that's just, I don't think I've ever even done, I don't even know that we've ever done a Diageo tasting until this year. So we did, who else did we have earlier this year? I was going to say Macallan, but Macallan's not a Diageo. I'll have to go back and look. But anyways, but we still have Mortlock to go as well. So Diageo, even though they're the big 800-pound gorilla in Scotland, as far as distilleries go, they obviously have some great stuff. You know, Clynelish obviously is the biggest distillery in Islay.
What's the ordering?
It's I'll resend it.
Yeah, resend it, please. Thank you. Are these quotes from the podcast? Kevin?
There's a Reddit post that from a couple years ago that goes into details.
Reddit. No one can trust Reddit.
I know, right?
Well, they do have wooden washbacks. Obviously, that was talked about on the podcast as well, and long fermentation times. Although it's not quite as long as some of these experimental fermentations that we keep hearing about that are over like 100 hours. I feel like over the past couple of years, but 70 to 80 hours is really long for fermentation time normally. So
You sent the
yeah, I resent it. Did you get it?
no, did you send the main chat?
Mm-hmm.
Only message that I see it from. Ah, got it. Thank you.
All right.
Those are interesting points, though. And of course, there's the bees they hired to ferment the wash, but you know.
Has anyone here been to Clynelish before? Oh, Howard has. Okay.
I went to Clynelish last March to do some research on
Yeah, me
on the
too.
distillery, and it's a beautiful site. It is right next to Aurora, like you said. The Clynelish itself, to do a tour there, is super reasonable, so I would recommend it. And it's just like a little bit down the road from where the Thompson brothers are in their Dornoch distillery, and not too far for Glenmorangie. So a lot of good stuff in the area. If you're a high roller, I hear it's like 1,000 pounds a person to get into Aurora. So it's like an experience where you go in there and they cook you a Michelin style meal, and I passed on that. But it definitely was
Yeah.
worth going into Clynelish. I would recommend it.
I mean, 1,000 pounds, that's only what, $1,400? So, you know, that's an easy day at the office.
But they do a good job. Diageo is a well-oiled machine over there, and
That makes sense.
your flight is better than theirs, I will say.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah,
Especially that third one, right?
but yeah. But before saying that, I would say that was the best Clynelish tasting I've seen.
Nice. Well, appreciate it. I did get to taste the Flora and Fauna last month, thanks to Brett over here, which was one I've wanted to taste it for years. So that was pretty cool. But that's not in today's tasting, so I apologize for bringing that up. But
I have samples of him.
oh, exactly.
I didn't sell shit last month, in case you aren't getting the subjects.
So should we move to number 2, or are you guys already on number 2? Which number 2 is going to be the Clynelish 14-year OB bottling. That's coming in at 46%, which I will say, and this is the only core bottling available in America, in the United States. They do sometimes offer the cask strength 12-year, I think it's cask strength. Actually, I got to double check that, but it's a seasonal one that sometimes they have the Clynelish and sometimes they don't have it. So I think it's pretty awesome that they come in at 46%. Screw me up. These two switched.
That nose is so different.
Oh wait, what's to a switch? Doesn't matter.
This is the last one. I just I keep them in order. They're good now. So this is an old bottle. This is from 2015. So I think I've heard from some people is that the newer Clynelish 14s aren't as good, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's true or not. But this is a 2015 bottling. So let's see if you like this. I found this in Vegas actually 2 years ago. And by that time, I knew we were for sure going to do a Clynelish tasting. And I picked it up. I actually paid too much money for it. I actually, for this tasting, I only charged what like a normal bottling would be. It was somewhere around $80. But I think I paid like 110 or 120 out the door, roughly. So a little bit higher. But I think it's fun to sometimes when you find those older bottlings just to try them, just to see if it's BS on history's better than, the current stuff. But I think it's great. If you have a Clynelish 14 available to you, I would try it next to it.
Should have told me, I would have brought mine down.
I got you.
I'm actually getting a lot more pineapple on this one on the palate. I think the nose isn't as fragrant, but I'm getting some kind of almost like tart sweet pineapple on the palate. It's really interesting, comparatively at least.
So maybe there's something to this pineapple note.
Nando, do you know when they started experimenting with cleaning out the arms? Because I'm getting a little bit less waxiness on this one here, but I was just curious,
It was pretty recent. I actually think this would have been before they would have distilled this before they did that. Because I think that may have affected some of the newer bottlings, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. Do I know the exact year, time, or no? So I can't speak to it. So I apologize. But I just knew Ewan had said that there were some complaints about it affecting the waxiness of it. So, and then if I remember correctly, so I still have the Clynelish 14 year from Brett's tasting, which I'm going to do side by side with this one. See if I can tell a difference. Brett, you just opened the bottle right before the tasting, right? Last month, yeah. So all of these bottles.
Poltergeist.
Your dish rack fell off. Oh, the wooden blocks knocked your dish rack up. You got it.
Oh, well, it's an interesting day so far.
Oh, man.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Give me 1 second.
So how many people on the call have one of these cast picks from execs? So Brian's got one. Will's got one. James has one. That's good. Troy's got one. Yeah. Cool.
And Beth
Yeah.
and Adam, Alyssa, and Alec.
I thought the labels came out really nice on these. This was our first time doing this style label. Hopefully you guys like them too.
Yeah, I dig it. It's kind of reminds me of a little bit of other IB bottlings, but kind of, I guess classic kind of look. Took all my might not to actually try the sample when I got it when he sent it to me. I kept snosing it and sniffing it, and I'm like, I'll wait to the tasting.
So on this second one, to me, the finish is really earthy or minerally. I don't know what to.
I agree, Beth, for sure. Like I feel like it's actually a little bit just less prevalent than even the 43, the one before. The 43 one goes on a little longer. This one kind of for me faded away and fell off right towards the end.
But I kind of expected it at that proof. I mean, I didn't expect huge length in the finish, but
Yeah. I'll have to check my local. I actually think he's got a Clynelish 14 on the shelf, and I would be willing to bet it's probably close to 2015. I think I'll go check this week.
so where did Nanda go? I wanted to hear the comparison.
Here he is.
So I
Are they demolishing your kitchen, Nanda? What's going on?
my plate rack fell off my kitchen counter while we were here. It got pushed over by my butcher block. Sorry about that. Okay. Comparison here. Hold on, let me send Doug just got in. I'm gonna send the lineup one more time so he has it. Okay. The one from today is a little more fragrant, but I would say the one, do you remember what year this was? 2019? Do you remember?
We found a bottling code, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
I remember it being newer than the 15 for sure.
Yeah.
This one I feel has a little more body to it, but it's more alcohol forward, even though they're both 46%. So, which is interesting.
One versus two for me was no contest. I thought number two was just far and away more
Smells, try this.
flavorful.
That's the one from your tasting.
We like number two better than number one. Yeah.
Kevin, did you say 1 over 2?
No
Oh, 2 over
contest.
1,
Like not
yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're in agreement then.
Don't worry, they're gonna amp up here real soon.
Hey, Tontu,
In fact, the nose on number two actually had me really excited because I thought it was going to be even more forward than it, like even more full bodied than it was. That nose was really special.
The nose is really nice on that for sure.
It's lovely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's also to me like really bright and just really nice. And it had a real full palate feel to it. Adam said he got a little spicy on there. I said I felt it was
just like at the very front of the palate, like right when I drank it. Just a slight spice.
Well, we're getting our palates ready for the jump in ABV that's about to come.
Oh God. All right, let's do it.
Can't wait.
Which for our tastings is not crazy actually, because there's nothing in the 60% today.
Well, 59.
It's still not 60 though.
I'm hoping I didn't blow my palate out today. We had a bunch of people pick local Mayor Pingree bourbon in the area the past 2 weeks. And the last 3 picks they picked were all above 75.
Wow. Well,
And
they're
so I
trying,
remember my
they're
buddy's
trying to get
house.
that secondary value, you know?
Yeah, I had to drink so much water. Like when I came home, I raked the leaves. I was like, I gotta get prepared for this.
I just actually Friday night I had a Mayor Pingree pick that was 66.6%. It's actually pretty tasty. I haven't had a lot of Mayor Pingree, so I can't speak to it, but Mayor
Yeah,
Pingree,
it's
Detroit.
another conversation for me. I mean, it's the problem is right now. So Justin Aiden was there as the distiller. He's in Stranahan's now, and like they had a lot of good MGP barrels, and he wasn't chasing proof. But what's happening now is like they're just pushing proof. They released a PX. He had a PX barrel, and it was like I tasted it. It was literally straight alcohol at the beginning. I got mid palate, that's like figgy jam, and then at the end it was all alcohol. And I was like, I like you guys, I can't even barely taste any of this whiskey, and everyone's just like, oh, it's so good, it's so good. I'm like, this is not good in my opinion.
So whiskey and salsa are alike to me because I love salsa. It can be hot, it's just got to be tasty.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can eat a lot of it, but the same with my whiskey. I don't mind it like really high proof, but it needs to taste good. If it doesn't
Yeah,
taste good,
yeah.
there's no
This was
point
just
to
all
it.
straight alcohol. Like it
So
wasn't
yeah,
like I let it sit open for like a day and a half too. I had only a sample of 2 ounces and I came back to it and it was still was like burning my mouth. But anyway, hopefully I didn't ruin my palate for number three here.
yeah. So without, unless anyone has anything else they want to say on the 14, which actually I will say I really like the 14. That would be a day drinker for me for sure. Um, that's a really good whiskey. So I think I guess if we only have one, it's a good one to have. And I'm glad that Diageo bottles at 46% because knowing them, I bet they want to bottle at 43, 40. But so I hope they keep it at 46%. I think that's a great percentage there for core bottling. Really solid. So um, that being said, I'm going to give the floor to Howard and Melissa here to talk about our Clynelish pick, which, again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to pick. And I'm going to mute and you guys go ahead.
Thank you, Nando. So first, we also want to thank you and your club. This is a very special cast for us, and we're just supremely happy to be able to share it with a group of people that can appreciate it for what it is. Because these are, as you know, I'm sure it's just such a precious liquid. It's so highly regarded. Also, we want to thank Jordan at High Time, the retailer that did the retail processing for us. We wanted to be able to have a retailer local in California so people would be able to easily pick it up. That were friends of execs and in the area and not have to send stuff all around. And Jordan was super easy to work with. So if people need good liquor, I'm sure you know High Time is a fantastic place to pick up that liquor. Um, the story behind this whiskey is we, as people know, Howard and Melissa, we own Scotch Drinkers Only, and our import company is Saks Dynamic Operations. We import bottles that are independent bottles for a number of really great independent bottlers, people like Lady of the Glen, Creetown, which is the whiskey broker label, new to us now. And if you like high proof, I highly recommend the Highland Laird bottlings. Hopefully, we can get them on the Mortlock with you, Nando. Their Mortlock is fantastic. Um, and Living Souls. Um, and as an importer of all of these great IBs, we don't want to just simply bottle things that people can get, something else that's substantially similar with a different label. We wanted to do something that was additive. And we had offered to us 3 barrels of Clynelish to purchase from another industry member, kind of as a consolidation prize. We had actually had a competitive bid to import their products, and I think they felt bad for us, so they offered us 3 barrels of Clynelish, which we bought very very quickly. It was a fair price. And when we got samples from the barrels, we shared them with people, and they thought the liquid was fantastic. So you might be wondering when I get to the next part of the story why we did what we did, but we, we wanted to have fun. We wanted to do something that other people weren't doing that wasn't available on the market. So I had sent over to Scotland different octaves, which are 15-gallon barrels, and we sent them from my favorite American distilleries, of course, Air, North, Journeyman, um, and others. Old Sugar, obviously. Um, because we wanted to see what the difference would be, and we wanted to see rapidly, which is why we sent the octaves over. of different mash bills and rye versus bourbon, and even a smoky whiskey on the liquid. So we took one of these casks of Clynelish and we split it into thirds. One third went into an ex-bourbon octave. And that's the one that Nando picked. And then another third went into a rye octave, and then we left the last third in its mother cask. Or I guess it's not a rye octave. It was a triple smoke octave was the other one. So Nando had the bourbon one. We did the triple smoke, and then we have the mother cask. And we just wanted to have fun. We wanted to bottle things. We wanted to keep them different. We wanted to do a small bottling. And when we first got the cask samples, I went to Whiskey Broker who did the work for us. And you're wondering, like, is this a huge mistake? Did I just take a 10,000 pound cask and completely ruin it? And we pulled the samples out and we nosed them and we said, this is pretty great. So I hope everyone that's drinking it is also getting all that. You get it wasn't in there that long. It was in there for less than 6 months. So the bourbon octave isn't dominating the Clynelish. I think you still should get a lot of that character from Clynelish. A lot of the waxiness and the viscosity comes through. But you're getting just like burnt sugars and caramels and vanillas and just fantastic color to illustrate the contribution of that octave. So I hope that you're all enjoying it as much as we are. I got a thrill out of doing something. We hadn't seen anyone do this, and we wanted to be exciting and to be different. It's hard to do innovation today, but hopefully we find this innovative.
And
Nando, you're muted.
You're muted.
so I muted because Benno had his volume up, so it's screwing up. Anyways,
Man down at the end.
so I am not going to say much about this. I would actually love to hear what you guys think about this. Throw out notes, whatever you want. I'm actually going to record you guys and make a tasting video of this later today, and I'm going to post it tomorrow. We've got maybe 5 bottles of this left, I think.
Wow.
Oh, save one more for me, please.
Oh, so I've got 4 bottles of this left. And, he's getting one.
I'll take it, Zach.
But I will say this.
Okay, I've got 3 bottles left. So you guys
Have Benno take it home, and then
and
I'll Venmo you, Nando.
I'll hear what you guys say about it. So, and then Howard, Melissa, go ahead.
If you like Nando's pick, and we gave Nando this was what Nando picked out of the different ones. We did similar experiments with Glenlawsie, which is another great Diageo distillery, Manickmore, and Greg Swartz and the Water of Life team picked the 3 Kregeliki bottlings we did. So those should be coming out very soon. But very similar octaves, great liquid from the Kregeliki distillery.
In fact, if you come to our event next month, you will get to try those Kregelikis, all 3 of them together. Which Howard, or Howard and Melissa, I'll email you guys about tomorrow. We're going to put an order in with High Time if we can still
So
do that.
hot.
So,
Friendsgiving.
correct.
Tastes good though.
All right, let me know what you guys think.
So I poured this one at the top of the tasting, and I was getting like prune, like some fruit, but like it was like maybe like a shaved coconut. And since then, it's all like muscovado sugar, like caramelized sugar. Like it's delicious, man.
It gets really caramely, butterscotchy, yummy. I mean, this is really nice, Nando. I'm very excited that I have 2 bottles of this.
Awesome.
Really, really nice. I was gonna say coconut shavings as well, but more like butter cookie with coconut shavings. I mean, right there, delicious.
I get the butter cookie definitely.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, you guys. This is really this is really awesome. Same thing. I poured it at the top of the tasting. We kind of been letting it get some air and just kind of been enjoying the nose the whole time because I wanted to give it time. But yeah, it's just I mean, what everybody else has said, a lot of fun different sugars. There's like an intensity to it that's really accessible, but I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't even know how to describe it yet, but it's super fun. There's a lot going on here.
Absolutely delicious. I don't get a specific like flavor memory as much as I get like a play. Like it feels like the winter holidays, right? It feels like fall. It's just really special. It was a good pick, Nando.
Excellent pick, Nando.
I guess I'll add that basically I did a Bunnahabhain battle yesterday, and I normally love Bunnahabhain, but this is probably better than all 6 of those, and there were some bangers in there just because for my flavor profile, I don't really get any notes, but it's like sweet and delicious, and yeah, like great pick.
Was that your note talking?
Going back onto the nose, I'm getting this interest. Maybe it's the caramel, but I'm getting this sort of generic tropical fruit candy.
Just sugar, sweetness,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but there's a fruit note to it, but it's hard to say what fruit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like kind of that traditional Clynelish nose, but like a little bit after it sat. At first, it was kind of a little bit butterscotchy, like those caramelized sugars. At first, it was pretty dense, and then now it's changed a little bit. But I still get a lot that those caramelized sugars throughout from nose all the way to finish.
No, like a caramelized banana. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I would say that because of the coconut and the banana, it really gives a real tropical note to it. But those butter cookies still, that vanilla, nice sweetness flows the entire palate.
Yeah, I think the waxiness contributes to like a butter toffee for me.
When I first started drinking.
I will say that this did change a little bit since I opened the bottle. A little bit of oxidation goes a long way. It's done really well. I mean, it was good right when you opened, but I felt like it wasn't open enough. And now today it's drinking like really nice. This won't get the opportunity to get too much oxidation. I'll never know what that's going to be, but and I only got 3 of these bottles, FYI, because I tried to save as many for you guys. And this is already the second bottle. Well, the first of mine. I had 1 for the tasting, and then so I guess I had 4 altogether out of 62. Howard and Melissa had 2, so that left 56 for everyone else. So I
don't have any more left.
I've got 2 left after this. That's it.
No, we got
So if we have a moment, Kevin had some questions. I don't want to interrupt if people still want to share their tasting notes.
Question just about like
in the chat.
Yeah.
Do people think this is Clynelish? Is what Bino asked.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. That the waxy profile. I mean, which I feel like I've gotten a lot in other ones, but I still got those underlying fruit notes at the beginning, even though there was a heavy, caramelized sugar, burnt sugars, which was in this case, I guess, like Howard said, like really, really well added, like as an additive in terms of how it turned out. It was pretty awesome. So unique in its own way, but I feel like I get some of those typical Clynelish notes.
Well, and Kevin is asking what's happened with the others, and I am really wondering what the triple smoke is like.
Yeah, I was also very curious when that was mentioned.
So I have a cask sample of the triple smoke, and they bottled it last week in Scotland. And so when the TTB reopens after the U.S. government shutdown, we can get a label approved for it. They also bottled what we call the mother cask. So we had a third of it left in the mother, and so that
it's going to be more like your 14-year Clynelish from
but
the
it's full
distillery.
proof.
Yeah.
So what was the mother? Was it just like a refill hoggy?
It was an ex-bourbon barrel.
Okay.
And we filled that up. We filled that up with linkwood actually after we filled the wet cast up with new make linkwood. So maybe in 8 to 10 years we'll we'll revisit
Oh wow.
that one. Yeah. So
Well,
what
that
happened?
won't make our liquid tasting that's happening in the future, but
Okay.
can't
Like
hold that.
fruit upon fruit, fruit upon fruit.
Yeah. We have a couple linkwood casts that are, as you know, that are of age. Maybe we can work
I
something
do.
out.
We'll work them in there. Don't worry.
Yeah. So the other so we sent 8 total octaves over that were empty to Scotland. 2 of them were Craigellachie, 2 of them were the Clynelish, and then 2 Manickmore, 2 Glenlossies. The Craigellachie's are bottled. They're in the country. They're actually in New Jersey now for the Independent Spirits and Water of Life. So those should be coming out to California hopefully very soon, November. Um, and then we have approved what are called COLAs with the U.S. government for the Manickmore and the Glenlossies. So I am going to try to get those in, but we're working to see where they go. So we have a local club in Florida that would like some. I know there's a Northern California retailer that's put a request in. I left Nando with samples of those to see what he might be interested in. But we're gonna bring in those 4 other octaves of Manickmore and Glenlossie. And I like Manickmore and Glenlossie because they're Diageo distilleries, but they sit right next to each other. So we had very similar bourbon and rye for both of them, so that people could see what the difference was between the bourbon, the rye, the distillery character. So hopefully we'll be able to get those released in ways that people can get access to all the octaves and share them together. So Kevin, I guess question on distribution. We have different distributors in the different states. So I don't know what state you're in. In California, we use LibDib or Liberation distribution. In other states, we use other distribution.
Oh, I was mostly just curious, is the smoky Clynelish going to be available at some point through one of your normal distribution channels, or is that going to be sold off to another club, or what's the story?
It hasn't been spoken for yet, but I would like to share these with as many people as we can.
So you're saying we can't hog all 3 of them?
Well, I think that you share with people, and I think that your club are drinkers.
I do share. How many states are present here outside of California? There's
The worst, one of the worst.
We're in
Michigan,
California.
Washington,
Delaware.
Delaware, Texas.
Michigan. Michigan.
Are you on mute still? Not it?
I'm not on mute.
Oh, okay. So Howard, Melissa, remind me after this is over and the recording's done. I've got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we have distribution in New York, in DC, Indiana, Florida, Maryland as of last month. And a lot of the retailers are able to ship between state lines. It's the retailer's choice where they ship to, not ours as the importer. Melissa does have something to add.
Yeah, so some of you may be familiar. We also run a retail site with a partner in New York, a licensed retailer. Because we're the importer in the 3-tier system, we technically can't sell the bottle. So to get to Nando, it was quite a step. We had to go from us to a distributor to Jordan. So our retailer site is Scotch drinkers only. None of this Clynelish is not on there because that all went out to Nando and Jordan to distribute it in California to the club. But if anyone wants to take a look at the site, we've got a lot of awesome bottles on there, a lot of independent bottles, high proof stuff. As Howard mentioned, we just brought in Living Souls. Pretty excited about them. They are a contender for Indie Bottle of the Year on Ralphie's online Scotch Whisky Awards. So we've got some awesome things from there on the website. The one thing, if the name of it is Lagmore, but what that actually is, it's a teaspoon Balliondolic. And it's what we believe, and we're pretty sure because we checked the TTB sites, that is the first single malt from Balliondolic Distillery. If you're familiar with Speyside, it's very, very close to Glenfarclas in that Aberlour area. So that's a 10-year. That distillery is fairly new, so pretty exciting to bring that in. So,
And it's delicious.
yeah,
The liquid is very good.
so if anyone wants to take a look at anything on there, we do have a promo code. It's Nando, easy to remember. If you want to plug that in at the checkout, it'll give you $10 off 200 if you're interested.
And there's
is that 30-year Tobermory still on there, or is that gone?
Oh, that's spoken for.
Okay, sorry. But I did buy a bottle of the 30-year Tobermory. So if anyone's interested in that, please let me know. We'll work something out. So.
I love Tobermory. It was one of the first bottles that I ever bought myself that was like of a actual distillery in the UK. And then I bought one during COVID, and I was drinking it with some other friends of ours that actually live over there. There's a Finnish guy and a German guy, and anyway, so we were talking about Tobermory, one of my most favorite, and I think very underrated.
It's one of our favorite distilleries. We only got 12 of those 30 years for the entire country, so it was something that went out to the mailing list we have. So I would recommend signing up for the mailing list.
Sign up for the mailing list. I will say, Howard and Melissa coming out of the gates have been swinging for sure, or swinging for the fences for sure. I mean, they brought in some really cool stuff. That we did a tasting, in July, August? Was it August? And
I don't remember exactly, but
everything was awesome. I really enjoyed it. There was the 18-year Aaron I remember I loved that. The Speyside Distillery, which is now a Ghost Distillery. Was that 28 year?
Yep.
28 year.
That 28 year was phenomenal. There was not a bad bottle on that entire tasting, and that was their stuff that they were just bringing in. So I'm really excited to see you guys' future. And obviously a big thank you again for allowing us to do this. And again, if it helps, we've got 7 states represented on this tasting, and there went to other states as well, this tasting that didn't make it. So,
But we
we
know
had a
you
question for you
do
guys.
a great job, and we appreciate it.
We have a lot of gratitude for you sharing us with.
But I was, for everyone else who still has some of the first pour left, I went back to it, nosing it, and I'm curious if anyone got a slight sulfur note on it.
Does anyone get a slight sulfur note on the first pour if you still have it? Is Beno's question.
It didn't come out till the other two.
Yeah, now that
I don't still have it, but I did notice it a few minutes ago when I finished that last sip. I noticed it too.
Well, we all know how Beno feels about the sulfur because he always smells the sulfur.
He always
smells so I'm assuming that has to be bourbon.
Yeah,
it'll be like
it could be a zebra.
It'll be like with Beno, it can be the lightest little touch of sulfur note, and his nose knows.
Yeah, it's there. Okay, cool. Just checking.
Beno always smells sulfur, mostly due to the farts, not the whiskey.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, okay. So safe to say the pick was a winner.
I was gonna fill you in. Sometimes on hogsheads, they just knock down a bunch of gas, and then when they reassemble them, they don't keep track of what they're rebuilding. So they will have
That's fair.
Sherry and
so Brett said that it could be a zebra cast. Essentially, it's been knocked down, rebuilt, and it's held both. So we just know that it's a hogshead. It doesn't specify bourbon hogshead. I would assume on the color that it's a bourbon hogshead or like a fifth fill sherry maybe, but that's what I'm basing it off of, but it could be. I mean, there's certainly opportunity for sherry to have been in there at some point. So like I say, we're gonna move to number 4. I mean, Howard, Melissa, obviously if you wanted, we're gonna have the overtime. I just want to express my gratitude. Thank you so much for letting us do this, because obviously I think this was a resounding hit. I haven't even really pushed this bottle at all, and I think everyone except one person that's on the call right now got a bottle, and we are out. We were down to the last 3, and I might keep the last 3 for myself maybe. So
I'm so glad to hear that.
All you had to do to push it was say Clynelish.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Well, hey, Nando, can you send our bottle back with Beno, and then I'll Venmo you?
I don't know that I don't have them here. They're at my
okay.
time, so I don't know that I can do that actually. So
Oh, sorry.
Brett's is here. I don't know that I have multiple, but okay, Klein. Next bottle in the lineup is something that I've literally been staring at pavilions for 5 years ish.
What?
And it is it was way too expensive for me. I think they have it at like, it's always been like 900, and then they knocked it down to 700.
Yeah.
And then Josh, who's one of our members out of Illinois, found it on sale on clearance for 500. And at that price point, I said, we're doing the Clynelish tasting. I 100% absolutely have to have this bottle in my tasting because I've always just wanted to try this. So this is the second version of the Cask Strength OB that they put out, which was a special release. This was back from 2015. You just don't find these bottles too often. You don't get to drink these too often. You get to taste these too often. So I am super excited to for us to drink this together. I haven't had this before. I stopped myself from drinking this before we got here tonight. So I'm doing this for the first time with you. So I really hope this is not overpriced hype. So there's that.
Do we
52.4%?
59.8.
No, that's the one we just drank. Ay, Dios mío.
The nose?
It's labeled as number 5, I think, on your pack. So I apologize for changing. But I wanted to get this in before the single Cask Nation.
1, 2, 3.
And before the hand fill then?
So Nando, yeah, you're right. The Cask Strength is labeled number 5, but in the chat you have the hand fill as number 4.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Number 6.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's
Cask
labeled
Strength
as
is
number 6.
4. Hand fill is going to be last.
Oh shit!
Okay, whoops. Okay.
I almost jumped to 2.
I know.
We're a little out of sorts here.
You know, what is the hand pick? What is it labeled?
All right, let me
Handful?
fix this. It's labeled as the 5th pour of the night.
On the label.
Okay. Well, we can.
So it should go 1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay, I'm fixing it. Hold on.
All I can say is the hand fill was really delicious. So
I was gonna say, yeah, the hand pour is great.
Interesting. You got some in her pot.
No, she's chewing on the blanket.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Huh. This is very different than the other ones.
I almost get like a piney note on this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Fix it. Let me go get the box too. I forgot to bring the box out here. I'm sorry.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6. So
Beth, we're doing the Cask Strength 2nd edition.
yeah, the hand fill is the highest ABV, so
They go up from here.
Yikes. Well, this is 4, 6.
Yep.
Down then up. So does anyone taste a totally different nose on this one than the last
Yes.
3, 4? Seems less fruity, a little sharper.
Reminds me of Christmas a bit.
A little more spicy, right?
yeah, it's pretty muted. I think piney.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's definitely giving me a bit more burn whenever I nose it and I don't breathe through my mouth.
Well, I can't find the box this came in, which has a little pamphlet on this. Comes in a really nice box.
Ooh.
All right, let's find out.
Mm.
They are there. We are drinking the Cask Strength 2nd release, Beth, which should be labeled number 5 in your set. So again, I just wanted to drink this before. I didn't want to have the sherry screw up this, so that's why.
Opinion.
And this has some French. This is going to be a little bit different too because this has some French oak in it. So it's bourbon, Oloroso, French oak, and so it's a marriage of all three. I think it's bourbon heavy. I think they add the other two for some complexity, but they let their master distiller kind of do what he wanted to do with this and said go for it. So let's see. It has a beautiful mouthfeel though.
Yeah.
I really like that. I like the mouthfeel for sure.
So do we know the age?
We don't know the age, but we do know that there's some much older stock in this. Technically it's a NOS whiskey, so or no age statement, but I think they said there was some up to 30-year, if I remember correctly.
That's why the price is so high.
The price is very high.
They were looking at a bottle of 30.
Yeah. So I will say, this is me saying it, adding water improved it a lot. It removed a lot of the astringency.
I would say that too, because it was pretty doggone bright at first, and I added water and it became much.
I put in 5, Brett put in 2, but
I put in more than your 5. I have to build my tolerance back up.
She said she put in more than 5.
Okay. I would do 3, Nando.
Screw you, I'm doing 2.
If the nose is so much better, and I hate to admit it, and the palate is, I mean, it became super viscous.
Yes.
In some water. It was crazy. Like it literally, the oil exploded. I don't even understand.
It did. And you can even see it in the glass. Like if, we have really small little Glencairns and you can see
this is one of the most mouth coating, like viscous whiskeys I've drank in months after adding water. Yeah, the legs.
Really improves the legs.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nando. Dude, this is me.
This goes against my ethos.
Yeah,
but
every once in a while,
right?
You just have to be open-minded.
Chemistry wins every time.
What's that? What wins?
Chemistry wins.
Well, not every time, but
no, you're right. Not every time, but science is a good thing. Speaking from being one of those nerdy girls.
The fruit now comes out, which was hidden.
Everything, it just really exploded.
I think for me, it just kind of puts everything in order.
Yeah,
a little bit. Oh my God. That would be my dog.
I know. That was Mr. T.
Sorry, my dog just growled at my son, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it puts like everything in order. It's a little bit discombobulated at first, but with a couple of drops of water, it does improve. I don't know that the mouthfeel gets a whole lot better for me because I thought it was pretty big without it, but it feels perfectly layered now versus where it was before.
I think maybe I'm getting better mouthfeel just because the alcohol is backed off just a little.
Yeah. I mean,
you can pick up more.
The same reason the nose improved, because before it was just, I breathed a couple times without breathing through my mouth and just killed me. And then all of a sudden it's fine, which is crazy.
So I guess the question is, would you pay 4 times more for this over our pick?
No, not for value, but it at least tastes a whole lot better.
Would you take our pick over this?
I mean, honestly, this was really lovely, but no. I like our pick has some really complex, deep flavors to it. So I think you did a great job. Still.
This is good, but no contest.
Yeah, Benno, it's crazy. That does change a lot with water. Just a couple drops, it's insane. I don't think I've ever had a whiskey change that much over just a couple drops of water. It's crazy.
What's interesting with that, I find, is kind of an analogy about when you think of like an ice cube, sorry, our dogs, when an ice cube hits oil, right? Or like when I make bone broth, I'll put ice cubes on top so it can grab the oils. So water is, like that, right? It's going to grab those oils. And I think that might be what's then changing or bringing that viscosity a little bit more to us.
On this at all. So I think that for me, there's a floral note that I'm getting now that I didn't get before adding water. So I guess I won't hate on adding water to your whiskey as much, but
I tell you, I did the rare malts tasting with Siddharth for LA Whiskey Club, and there was 12 rare malts that were all 60%. And then he did side by side cask strength versus 50%. And I hated to admit it was the first time only 2 of them were better at natural cask strength. The others were all better at 50 because all of them.
Good to see you, Alyssa.
Yep. Bye, Alyssa. All of them were all just too tight, exactly like this one. And that annoyed me, but I had to admit the truth. Like once I started looking at that and can compare them side by side, it was crazy. But I think you can tell when it needs water. Like I don't think yours needs water. Maybe it's better, but I don't think I felt like it needed it. This one I could tell it needed it.
So were we a fan of this one, or at least being able to try it?
I'm glad we had it.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Don't apologize for pouring.
No. I think it tastes better.
No, I wouldn't.
For me, but I wouldn't buy this at 4 times the price. So
fair.
Yeah.
So I think this bottle for me is kind of why we started the club. I mean, for those of you that don't know, I kind of learned from Brett and Andy at Scotch Club about Scotch and whiskey, really. But they've always put in just stellar stuff. And for us is always trying really cool stuff that you may not buy yourself, but when you split it amongst 20 people, it becomes a little easier. And then the price point is a little more approachable, right? So like this bottle does that for me because I was never going to pay $700 for this. Although I considered it at one point, I considered it, but then I said no, thank God. But I think it's a really fun bottle, and this is why we don't do core lineups because I'm tired of core lineups. I fucking hate doing them.
They're boring as shit.
And so we get to drink some really cool shit, and I think this is actually really cool to try. I mean, I'll never buy another bottle based off of this, but I think it's pretty good. So
you got to admit the whole water non-water thing was super interesting, right?
And it's maybe changing my mind about the not adding water to my whiskey, but again, never feel bad if you add water all the time. That's just a me thing because I'm really hard-headed and I like it the way I like it, and I don't change. But
I was the
stubborn.
same way, dude. On gas, right? Come on.
I would probably say this next one does not need water though. For those who've had this one.
And so next is we have actually Brett to thank for this one because I begged him for this bottle and he willingly gave it up at a much better price than you can find probably anywhere.
23-year-old Clynelish, jeez.
Yes. And this released in 2016, 2017? Sorry, this was a 2019 release of Single Cask Nation. So this is an older Single Cask Nation release. And actually, shoot, hold on. I have a video from Joshua on this.
Tasting that I did. Ryan, you and crap.
Oops.
I'm terrible.
Wrong Joshua.
Your buddy that you come with often.
And so let me share this video for you guys.
Jason.
Give me 1 second.
Is that
Lee?
Oh, Lee.
You and Lee came. You came at you added on at the last minute.
Which makes sense because it was Jason's.
Because I had some people that canceled out, so I was able to squeeze you two in.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Because I told everybody they had to pay in advance. Because I didn't want people saying they were going to come and then cancel.
Hey, Nando.
Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen for everyone real quick.
And he saw you hand me cash and I hadn't seen him since.
Seriously.
Yeah. He asked if there
Am I sharing my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
cash.
No.
There you go.
Can you see it now?
Mm-hmm. Or it's starting. There you go.
Okay, here we go. Single Cask Nation, Clynelish 23 year.
Hey, Nando, and everybody else who's watching this. I'm sending this video in because I'm not there personally. I'm sitting here being super jealous that you guys get to drink all this lovely Clynelish. You guys are enjoying our 23-year-old that I don't even have a bottle of. I've absolutely drinking. I went through my entire bottle of Clynelish 23-year-old. And anyway, you guys get to enjoy this bottle. We had gotten this cask not directly through Diageo. We got it through a broker, through a friend, fellow independent bottler. And why they gave up the cask, I don't know. Mainly, I guess, I'm assuming just they were being good friends. We were so lucky to get it. When we launched that particular bottling, it was alongside a 9-year-old that we released, a 9-year-old from First Fill Bourbon. And it was with the idea that we were going to do this sort of, point counterpoint, 9-year-old in bourbon, and then a 23-year-old, this big sherry cask. And I don't know if you've got our 9-year-old in bourbon. Hopefully you do. If you don't, seek it out. Maybe you've already had it. But I'm guessing you're going to have plenty of other Clynelishes to be tasting. But anyway, I really hope you enjoy this one. It is super fucking special whiskey. Enjoy it. Have a great night. Color me jealous as hell. And yeah, enjoy. Have fun, everybody. Cheers.
He already drank all of his, so why is he complaining?
If you guys didn't see Joshua, I'll send you all the videos so you can have it if you want it. Not a big problem there. But yeah, Joshua, I asked him to send a video since he couldn't make today. And so appreciate him getting this out there. And it wouldn't be a Joshua video if he didn't cuss at least one time. So thank you, Joshua. And we'll give Joshua the middle finger for him because I know he loves those.
You want to take a photo?
Nando, have you had this one, Nando? Have you had the 23?
I had this once, a sample a long time ago. So I honestly don't remember. And that was kind of earlier in my journey, I'll say, or at least in the club journey. So I don't remember it. I was buying a lot of samples of a lot of things at one point. So yeah, let's.
Have you tried the 9-year, like they released alongside it also?
I haven't, but Brett said he owns it, so he.
I have one, and it's one of my top 5 whiskeys. It's amazing, and I didn't get this one because it was super expensive.
Hey, it's horrible.
I had
so
a
Brett
sample.
will sell it to me.
Was it a
I had a
reasonable
sample of
price?
this one. This one's awesome. This one's amazing too. This whiskey is amazing.
Was it a release or was it online?
That back in 2019, I think they did it. How they sold it through online, right?
Yeah, I think they still sold it online. Yeah, I was in I just gotten back to Michigan, and they don't ship to Michigan, so I had to pull strings to get it.
I think this label is their retail label.
Oh, it was a retail shop label.
Yeah, because actually in this area they were selling them through the mixing glass.
Oh.
I found one in Portland 2 years ago, dusty bottle in the back of a liquor store. They had it on Oregon has all of their liquor inventory online. And so I had searched through the Oregon State Liquor Index, and a friend picked it up for me when they were down in Portland.
Good man. This is not as big as I thought it was going to be, actually, though.
On the nose or on the palate?
On the palate.
On the palate.
And
I thought I remembered it being a little bigger.
It's almost a little.
Me too,
thin.
actually. Me too.
How long has it been open?
A couple weeks since I started pouring. This has been open less than a month, so I started pouring 3-ish weeks ago. So this has only been open a little while.
To no surprise to anyone, I can taste or smell the sulfur, but it's not rotten egg sulfur. It's what I think the struck matchstick sulfur. So it's not that bad, but there's none of it on the palate, which is the crazy part to me.
I get just a touch on the palate.
Troy, very fair.
To scare you.
Yeah, I think the sherry does mask some of the classic Clynelish notes on this for sure. That's fair.
I can't remember where I got this at retail. I know somebody was saying maybe mixing glass. That might have been it, but I got it at retail and I just don't remember where I got it. But it was definitely a hit. I went through the whole bottle really fast. Shared with friends. This guy, a couple of our friends, and we went through it pretty quick. But it's been a few years, so it's nice to revisit it.
Yeah, I don't think if you just poured this for me, I don't think I could put this out as Clynelish. I would say it's really tasty.
Right.
Yeah. Very tasty. I don't know that I could pick it as Clynelish either. Yeah.
That's my previous question, right? Well, we know this is Clynelish blind.
I don't think I would know this was Clynelish. There's no way I would know Clynelish blind.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And that's the reason I did this 5th and not 6th.
Yeah.
Because I want to leave you with the Clynelish character distiller or fucking
Distillery
Jesus
character.
Christ, distillery character. Sorry. I swear to God, I was not drinking.
Cut off.
Tasting.
He's cut off. Okay, I would like to just correct the record. I did not make Fernando beg for this bottle. There was a post on Facebook where he happened to mention that he wished he had this bottle for the upcoming Clynelish tasting, and I just slyly sent him a DM that said,
"All right, really,
I can hook you up."
And that's why I love Brett. So thank you, Brett.
And actually, the sulfur note seems to have dissipated once it's been in the glass a while.
And I will say, there's very few bottles I will drive out to Riverside.
Oh, shift.
This is
shift
one of
command
them.
and A.
So.
Well, and since the tasting where I tasted this originally was with Jason at an Orange County Scotch Club tasting, I didn't want to pour this again for my tasting last month. Maybe I should have, because I don't think anybody that was there last month was there
first time
6 years ago. But anyway,
that was one out in Brea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to miss that one. I was really pissed about
I
it.
guess, I don't know if this is sacrilege, but I probably would have liked this more. I think at like 18 years, because for me, I'm just picking up a lot of tannin on the finish. And, I don't like tannin, but that's not everybody. So
I don't know that this is super tannic for me. Does anyone else think this is really tannic?
I didn't say really tannic.
Or tannic. How about just
more tannic?
Not really.
I think it's tannic for sure.
I get some tannins in there. Yes, it's not overwhelming.
It's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming for me, and I feel it's balanced for what this is though, with the sherry. So
I mean, but everyone's got a different ratio, right? I would just like it better, I think, without as much tannin. I like more fruit.
Yeah,
I like more sweet. But
I think this is really good, but the club pick is still better, at least to my palate.
Seriously. If we suck up on this, I still can't get more bottles, but
where are the rest of the bottles?
They're all
I am thinking about another bottle, Nando.
Wait, so you can get more, you just have to buy the high time version?
No, there's 3 bottles left now.
Oh, okay.
So we're into sherry matured or sherry finished. Like the 23 year is great, not Clynelish to me. Like I'm sitting here looking at like K&L did a couple like refill sherries. I think 13 and 14 year. I got a 13 year. I prefer that to the 23 because it's got the classic Clynelish, waxy, fruity, tropical deal. Maybe that's just me.
Which one are you talking about?
I agree with you, James.
What's he talking about?
The 23 year, that it's not classic.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, sorry. Which one's that? It's a Signatory?
No, it's Gordon McPhail. Hang on, let me unblur.
Oh, is that the add-on one?
No, this is one from. This is another K&L pick from a couple
14 year.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put that head to head with the add-ons.
All right. Well, let's get to those add-ons, but first, let's leave you with that classic distillery character in a hand-filled distillery exclusive You don't get a whole lot of these. I pounced on this as soon as I saw this. And then about 10 other people tried to buy this bottle after me. So I said no.
Where did you see it?
It was on one of the groups.
Oh, okay. Got it. Nice.
This was off of a Facebook secondary this was off of a secondary group.
Yeah.
Next time I'm in Scotland, and I'll have to connect with you to see if we should bring any handfuls back for you from these distilleries.
Yeah, 1000%. Always.
I had no idea.
Oh, and remember, if you can ever get new make, Melissa and Howard, like that'd be awesome.
Actually, I think that would be. We will talk about this in the add-ons or the finish. But I'm gonna say goodbye to everyone who was watching virtually.
We haven't finished the sixth one yet.
I know, but they should have been on live. So, cheers. We'll see you. We'll finish this recording.